You're watching NETRUSH Report, your home for the biggest tennis stories, emotional rivalries, and the defining moments that shake up the ATP and WTA tours. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because what happened between Bublik and Popyrin tonight proves one thing. Some rivalries never die. It was supposed to be just another first-round match at the Paris Masters. But when Alexander Bublik and Alexei Popyrin stepped onto the court at La Défense Arena, fans already knew. This wasn't going to be ordinary. From the very first rally, the tension was palpable. Both men had history, a bitter one. Their feud first ignited back in Madrid earlier this season, where a routine handshake turned into a verbal clash caught on camera. Words were exchanged, tempers flared, and the moment went viral. 6 months later, here they were again. Same ATP tour, same stage, same storm brewing. Bublik, the number 13 seed, looked in control from the start. Known for his explosive serve and unpredictable shot-making, the Kazakh player wasted no time asserting dominance. He fired 13 aces, broke serve 3 times, and won a commanding 89% of his first serve points in just 1 hour and 14 minutes. He sealed the victory 6-4, 6-3. His 47th win of what's shaping up to be the best season of his career. But as soon as match point was done, things took a turn. While most players would walk to the net for the traditional handshake, Bublik turned away. He walked straight toward the chair umpire, ignoring Popyrin completely. The Paris crowd immediately sensed the snub and began booing. And if you thought it was just an emotional reaction, think again. Bublik later revealed that it was intentional. According to reports from Championat, Bublik's frustration stemmed from a couple of lucky net chords that went Popyrin's way late in the second set. Apparently, Popyrin didn't acknowledge or apologize after those points, something most players do out of sportsmanship. To Bublik, that silence spoke volumes. The Kazakh said he found it disrespectful and decided he wasn't going to pretend otherwise when the match ended. Instead of shaking hands, he celebrated with the crowd. Keeping his distance from Popyrin. It was a bold move, one that instantly reignited their already heated rivalry. Fans in the stands booed him loudly, but Bublik didn't seem to care. In fact, he smiled, waved, and gestured toward the crowd, embracing the role of the ATP's unpredictable maverick. Their beef goes back months. At the Madrid Masters earlier this year, Bublik and Popyrin had a fiery confrontation at the net. The handshake spiraled into a verbal exchange, and cameras caught every second. Though neither player revealed exactly what was said, both admitted afterward that tempers boiled over during the match. That exchange was seen as the start of a personal rivalry between two of tennis's most emotionally charged personalities. Bublik, known for his sarcastic humor and rebellious approach to the sport, often divides opinion. Fans either love his unpredictability or think he crosses the line. Popyrin, meanwhile, is seen as more reserved but equally competitive, never one to back down when challenged. So when the Paris draw put them head-to-head again, fans immediately circled it on the calendar, and the match didn't disappoint. In his post-match comments, Bublik didn't hide his frustration despite the win. He admitted he wasn't fully satisfied with how he played. Even though the stats painted a dominant performance, "I'm not entirely happy with the way I played," Bublik said. "The surface feels different. The conditions are new here at La Défense Arena. I'm still adjusting." That candid honesty has become typical of Bublik. He's never afraid to call things as he sees them, whether it's about the venue, the opponent, or even himself. And yet, while he downplayed the handshake controversy publicly, his actions on court said enough. As boos echoed through the arena, it was clear not everyone agreed with Bublik's stance. The French fans expected a handshake, a sign of respect that transcends rivalry. But Bublik's response? A shrug and a grin. He waved to the stands, raised his arms, and celebrated the win as if nothing had happened. For him, it was business as usual, a win that puts him into the second round, where he'll face either Riley Opelka or Corentin Moutet. For tennis purists, though, this was another example of the sport's ongoing culture clash between old-school etiquette and new-age emotion. Despite the drama, one thing's undeniable: Alexander Bublik is having a career year. With 4 titles across different surfaces in 2025, he's cemented himself as one of the ATP's most unpredictable yet dangerous players. A potential climb into the top 15 awaits if he continues this form through Paris. His mix of flair, power, and defiance has made him a must-watch presence on tour, and a headline magnet every time he steps onto the court. And while critics argue that antics like refusing a handshake tarnish his image, others see it differently. They say it's part of who he is, a tennis rebel who refuses to conform, a player who thrives in chaos. Love him or hate him, Bublik keeps people talking, and that's exactly what tennis needs heading into 2026. This latest incident also sparks a wider conversation about sportsmanship in tennis. Should players always shake hands, no matter the emotions? Or is it okay to break from tradition when personal tension runs too deep? For Bublik, the answer seems clear. Authenticity over performance, that he's not out there to play nice. He's out there to win, to express himself, and to make sure the crowd remembers his name, whether they cheer or boo. And with rivalries like this one against Popyrin, there's no doubt fans will keep tuning in. Because every time they share the same court, something unpredictable happens. Bublik now looks ahead to his second-round matchup, a potential clash with Opelka, whose booming serve could make for a fascinating battle, or Corentin Moutet, a French crowd favorite who thrives on home energy. Either way, there's one certainty. All eyes will be on Bublik, not just for his tennis, but for his temperament, for how he channels the noise, and for whether this latest controversy fuels him or distracts him. Heading into the closing stretch of the ATP season, as for Popyrin, the Australian will walk away disappointed, but likely motivated. After all, revenge stories in tennis never take long to write themselves. And if the tour schedule lines up just right, their paths could cross again sooner than anyone expects. What we saw in Paris wasn't just a match, it was a statement. Alexander Bublik and Alexei Popyrin reignited a rivalry that's becoming one of the ATP's most intriguing subplots. From Madrid to Paris, handshake drama to on-court brilliance, this saga perfectly captures why tennis is about more than just points and titles. It's about personality, pride, and the unpredictable fire that keeps the sport alive. Whether you're Team Bublik or Team Popyrin, one thing's for sure. The next time these two face off, the world will be watching. You've been watching NETRUSH Report, where tennis meets emotion, controversy, and pure drama. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Bublik Popyrin feud, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more stories from the heart of the ATP and WTA tours. Because in the world of tennis, respect is earned, rivalries never die, and moments like this remind us why we can't look away.